Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Prachi, Raj, and I'm pretty sure you're one of my students, right? So you say, I have problems in writing and speaking because when I try to speak and write something, whether it's integrated or independent, I understand what to write, but I'm unable to make complex sentences. So please help me ASAP. Yes. Now this is important because you're really getting into what's called the language use area. I think that you'll be graded in. There is no grammar section on the TOEFL IBT exam, but you have to be pretty good in both the writing and the speaking in that you're using a combination of both basic and advanced grammar. Okay, so in order for you to do better, I think, in order for you to use more complex grammar, I do have some recommendations. Number one, you want to go to my grammar lesson. I think it's grammar lesson number 1, where it talks about sentence variety. And that's really the main thing. You go through the video, you watch that video, and then you complete the practice exercises. The practice exercises will help you learn how to combine simple sentences into more complex sentences. That's probably the best thing you can do. Number 2, you can go to my speaking lesson number 7. It talks about how to make your writing more coherent, and in one of the tips, it talks about using transition words, using coordinating conjunctions, and using subordinators. So go through that particular lesson, pay attention to the transition words, and you'll see all the different kinds of connectors that you can use. Now, in order for you to write and speak on a more complex level, you need to be using what's called subordinators or subordinating conjunctions. These types of connectors occur with 3 types of dependent clauses: noun clauses, adjective clauses, and adverb clauses. So if you go through speaking lesson 7, you can learn more about that. So really, those 2 basic lessons in my online TOEFL course will definitely help you do better, I think, with your complex type grammar. Now, in addition to that, keep reading. Read newspapers, read magazines. As you're doing that, you might practice like underlining some of the sentences and then try to identify the subject and the verb, the main subject and verb, and then also try to identify any dependent clauses that might be connected to that sentence. So I think by paying more attention to what you see when you're reading, and by looking at my grammar lesson number 1 and also my speaking lesson number 7, you should go in the right direction. Now, one more thing I almost forgot. I have another lesson that's good in this area. Speaking lesson number 2. If you go to speaking lesson number 2, Raj, I'll go over 5 different types of grammar that you can use when you begin your independent and integrated speaking tasks. I think that'll also be useful for you. All right, anyway, thank you for your questions. I apologize for my delay in answering your questions, but keep up the good work.